Man, glad to be here in this Tampa, Florida. Amazing weather, and love to have you here. Our journey started long back,
Mhm.
of course, through technology, through blockchain, through many other things. Finally, we are here for our new project of CaresLink. CaresLink is the project which is, it's not a business. It's not. It's a mission. You
Mhm.
know, business where you try to make money, and it's it's a mission to create something. We are all successful, right? You are successful. We made it.
Mhm.
Now we are in a stage to give something back. It's not about giving it back. It's about creating something which is gonna live beyond. It is bigger than us, bigger than anyone who is watching this. So that is the reason of CareSling being here. So today we all talk about many things about healthcare, nurses, doctors, and we all know the whole healthcare system is needs to change
Mhm.
because technology has been advanced so fast, right? But technology cannot replace a caregiver,
Mhm.
whether it's a doctor, whether it's a nurse, whether it's a paramedic. Is no amount of AI we can bring to this world today
Mhm.
with our technology advancement can solve this problem.
Mhm.
So, how do we address it? There is no possible way that our technology advancement can help the next generation of somebody sick and somebody is taking care of it. We cannot create a humanoid to replace that. Yes, can it be done 100 years from now? I don't know.
Mhm.
But can it be done next 20 years? No way.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's not even possible, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So, as we know it is not possible, what are we doing about it? That was our vision.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how we all started.
Mhm.
You know, you, me, and the team behind us. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
to build this project of CaresLink in a vision to create the next health force. So
Definitely. Yeah. So I think I echo your emotions, right? So I was talking to Dr. Tamurish, you, everybody, we spoke about healthcare problem, but then very few actually try and solve it.
mhm.
The bigger point is uh, we came together, we interviewed customers, we interviewed hospitals, we figured out a lot of issues around it, and that's when I think we are on a bigger mission to build the health force, and then take it to the next level so that we can give a better healthcare to anyone around us and everyone who needs it.
That's where everything changes because we all know the problem, but there is no solution. You
Yeah.
know, when we all know the problem, there is no solution. So at least can we start working towards it?
Mm-hmm.
And that was our mission.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we know we are the only one who is thinking about it. We know there are other people that are thinking about it, but the like-minded people can associate together to create this next mission.
Mm.
That was our aim.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we are not the next geniuses, but a fire can start with a with a matchstick,
Mm.
right? So can we the first one to start it? You know, Everybody is thinking about it, but nobody have ever done it.
Mm.
Nobody
Yeah,
has done what is required.
yeah. Let's dig deeper into it. So, what is scarce link? What is scarce link in your vision?
See, caresling our vision is about really empower the people who cares about other people, you know, through whatever network is,
Mm.
you know, and through whatever platform is. So it is bigger and beyond our imaginations. You
Mm.
know, I cannot put it in one word. What is CaresLink?
Yeah.
Or neither do you.
Yeah.
Can you explain CaresLink in a sentence?
Yeah, there are multiple parties involved here, so it is not a simple project because healthcare is not simple
Yes.
and it is complicated. And to solve a complex problem, you need a complex yet uh, streamlined solution. And I think that's what CareSlink is. It is a health force, as you say. It is a health force which is going to change the healthcare for better.
Yes, that's and you being in the background of technology, I being in background of connections, businesses all over the globe, and we are here to solve, at least try to solve, right? Right now, we can say we are trying,
Mhm.
you know, but our mission, we are creating a mission. That mission will carry forward for the longest time, whether we are here in this earth or not.
Mhm.
That's what we are creating, right?
Yeah, definitely. So,
So, as being said, um, the biggest challenge what we have today is world is aging. What do I mean by that? World is aging. If you see the 50 years ago, the life cycle of a normal elderly people is 75, 65 to 75. Now it's 85 to 95.
mhm.
So what happened? The modern medicine did help us to live longer. The modern medicine did help us.
Mhm. Mhm.
But did they find the solution? No. Did they can find the care? No. So now we are living 20 years, 15 years,
More.
which is more, right? With the new medicines,
Mhm.
and that the preventive care, that's what is making the life live longer.
Mhm.
So by doing that, but now in 2024, our world is aging, which is people are living a healthy life, good life, but up to a certain point, you know, like 85, 90 years old, but they have to fulfill the life.
Yeah.
So modern medicine did that, but we need people to take care of that generation. What is that generation? I believe it's like human life born with the first 5 years of your life, you need care,
Mhm.
and the last 5 years of your life, you do need care.
Yeah.
That is the reality,
Definitely.
you know.
It's a cycle, right? So you care for your children, and children are supposed to care for you.
Yeah.
But since the urbanization, children don't live with the parents anymore, so they move around, and then we have a lot of other reasons why uh, why there is a shortage of care workers, right? So one is definitely the climate change that is creating more and more health issues across multiple generations,
That's true.
and then that's adding uh, immense pressure on the hospital network. So there are no enough caregivers, but there are more patients coming into the hospital. Who is going to take care of them? So that's one reason I think it's creating the healthcare shortage.
Yes, climate change plays a big role. Even there are studies done, especially people who are working as a farmers.
Mhm.
Because of the climate change and the heat radiation index, they are, getting into a stage where it's very hard for them. I forgot the real name of the disease.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm sure there is something else associated with it.
yeah, we can look that up because that was a study done by Dr. Tamaris.
Okay.
He was in that panel when they have done the studies,
Mm.
and because of his vision, he brought that up
Okay.
of climate change, how it is affecting us,
Makes
and
sense. Yeah.
and climate change is of course is in a rise. Due to climate change, there are natural disasters.
Obviously, yeah.
In natural disasters, it creates a chaos, right? We don't know when is the next hurricane, or we don't know when is the next earthquake, or we don't know when is the next wildfire, right?
Yeah.
But are we prepared? Is we do have space force, we do have air force, but why we haven't created a health force yet,
Yeah.
right? you know, so we are just taking, even though we can predict there is gonna be earthquake, we have the system,
Mm-hmm.
we can predict there is gonna be a flood. Yes, we are trying to prevent it by moving people around, but doesn't matter how fast we react, we cannot fight with mother nature.
Mm-hmm.
you know and global warming is an aspect, and we all know not today, we know about it hundreds years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what is, we are trying to mitigate it. We can mitigate it, but at least can we have a health force behind it who is ready to deploy as an army of one country.
Mm-hmm.
That was the vision of what we are talking today.
Definitely right. So the natural disasters, similar to natural disasters, you have we had 2020 healthcare crisis.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, we needed like millions of healthcare workers in a short span of time.
Mm-hmm.
It is like going to a war against a virus.
Oh yeah.
And the point is, we didn't have that kind of skill set, and there was no technology to deploy millions of healthcare health force
Yeah, during
into
COVID
action.
19.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was nothing.
Nothing.
So that's the reason I think that's one of the reason we both believe
Yeah.
there is a definite need for health force, and health force is something going to help anyone in danger zone, right? If we can deploy faster now in 2020 or 2021, if there was a health force what we are building in CareSlink, we would have reduced we would have saved a lot of life. I can tell you that if we
Yeah.
had CareSlink in 2020, we would have saved many more lives.
Hmm. I totally agree, and this can happen anywhere, anytime in the future.
Oh yeah.
But it's out of control. It's out of a human control.
Mm-hmm.
So it's beyond us and beyond anything else. So that was the fundamental reason of starting this health force section and health force cares link.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have our based on that we created our missions.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not only to help the communities, help the people, and it's not beyond to one country, one nation. It's required in all across the globe. You know, so
It
that's
is.
why we are calling it as a universal health force,
Yeah, it is for humanity.
right? Who knows? Maybe 300 years from now, we're gonna be sitting in Mars,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know.
It can possible. It can happen.
It is possible.
200-300 years from now, when the way the technology is moving, who can say it is not possible, right?
It is possible.
And we are already in that advancement stage. But can we create the force? So that can be deployed anywhere, whatever. I mean, that's it's all the nation has to come together. It's the biggest project what we took. It's beyond our
Yeah, yeah.
beliefs and thinking. I mean, believe 100%, but beyond our capacity. but
beyond our imagination, actually.
beyond our imagination. But it has to start somewhere.
Yeah, I think the bigger you imagine, the bigger you build. So that's what I believe. We know the biggest problem right now we have is healthcare, and people are not getting appointments. People are not getting treatment. And what is the point of earning thousands and millions of dollars, and if going to a job and having family and all that, you're not able to get a healthcare?
That's true.
So we see in Western countries, for there is 3 to 6 month wait in UK, Canada, and all, just to go to a doctor and see a doctor and tell him what am I feeling. If
That
I'm
is so bad, right?
if I'm waiting 6 months to see a doctor, that's the biggest disappointment.
You know, it's like world tried the privatism or the government provided healthcare,
Yeah,
but neither of them are working right.
yeah.
You know, so the biggest example of the privatism is US. You
Hmm.
know, even here, unless it's emergency, which you can go to 911 and go to a hospital,
Yeah.
but to see a doctor is like seeing a god. It's that bad.
Sometimes you get to see a god, but not doctor.
that, that is I mean, yeah, there is teledoc, there is other things came up, but today you talk to one doctor, next time you talk to another doctor.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
it's always a gap.
yeah.
And I don't know how we can fix it, or is anyone can ever fix it.
No, I think we
But
will. I think we will. That's the whole idea of case link. So uh, we are on a right path, if I may. Um, there is definitely not one. There are many solutions, and I believe we have at least touching on one of the solutions, and I think we will be able to fix some part of it for sure.
yeah, especially when it comes to uh, the nurses or the doctors, or there's a big part of this document management system
Mm-hmm.
that is incredible. Even in 2024, we don't have a system of a nurse or a caregiver. Somehow they can manage their documents. So how they are doing it? They're doing it in a Google Drive.
So every individual does on their own, right? If I'm a nurse, I might be using Google Drive. I have a couple of websites where I can store my credentials, but I won't be able to send it to someone. But I can. It's just for me to see it. There are few websites where I can upload it, but nobody can see it. Or I can put it in my email, or I can put it in my phone.
Take a
But
picture.
yeah, like a picture, right? So there is no central repository, and there is no one body. Every state has their own body, every country has their own body, and then every certification is issued by different authorities. So it is
That's true.
so deeply distributed, and there is no one single source of truth. You may have a certification, but does for me it may not be true at all. So document management is one of the core problems which is hampering the mobility of healthcare.
And especially when somebody's license is expired.
Yeah,
I mean, not license, like the core, because to continuing education,
yeah.
uh,
CEOs.
CEOs,
Yeah.
yeah, the CEOs are expired and they have to go back and renew it, and the employer doesn't know it, and they don't know when they're finished. I mean, most of them, being a professional, they keep on track,
Yeah,
which is most of them, but it's a hard job. Their job is not to manage their documents. Their job is to
exactly.
actually do their job. What
That's what is.
they are passionate about.
Yeah.
They are not. As a nurse, if I'm a nurse, I'm not a technology guy.
Mhm.
Being a nurse is about passion about caring other people, which they love to do it. That's why they chose as a profession.
Mhm.
It's a very noble thing,
It is.
right? It's beyond anyone can do it. So
It's a tough job.
it is very hard. I seriously, they are the real health force.
Mhm.
You know, it's like we would never understand why somebody is in the army, or
Yeah.
why somebody's in Air Force. It's a different mindset which makes them who they are,
Hmm. Yeah.
and that was the reason. It's time to start this.
It's time to empower the frontline health force workers.
Yeah, they are the real front line.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter what happens, whether it's a war, whether it's a natural disaster. They all need a health force behind it.
They're
You know,
always there, sir.
and it's nothing to do with one country, one nation. It's all about being human,
Hmm.
being existence.
Yeah.
You know, it's there is no way anything or anyone can replace it.
Definitely, right? So it's all about emotions, caring for people, talking to them, understanding them, showing an empathy, and then being with them in good times and tough times. So that's what these people do. They go to home, they go to hospitals, they in adult daycare, they entertain them. So in all places, we have a touch point with the healthcare, no matter from child to the old age person. We meet or get to see a lot of these healthcare workers so often in our life for one or the other reason.
Yeah, that's in a different space. I mean, beyond business. It's emotion.
Hmm.
It's which is attached to these things, and which creates the next evolution. And I'm really glad we are doing this.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I
It's
think this is one of the projects I'm uh, definitely excited about. This wakes me up from the bed. It is like it's like really inspires me to do things.
I know, like your life was set, right? Now you jumped in to start something. It's not being able to fix it, but you still want to fix it.
Mhm.
And we everywhere we see 1,000 nurses, 5,000 nurses requirement in US, 100,000 in UK. Everywhere we see this.
Yeah, yeah.
They all need it. But what is the solution? Is just recruitment is the solution? Just
Recruitment is never the solution, right? So the solution is upskilling. Solution is bringing new people into the workforce, health
right?
workforce.
Upscaling is the solution.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And upscaling, education is one thing, upscaling is another thing. Now everything is we require micro credentials,
Hmm.
right? So what's your thought about micro credential? Like what do you thought when you first heard about the word called micro credential?
See, I come from technology, right? For me, credential is okay, certification. You do some course and be done with it.
Yeah.
But in technology, whether you have a certificate or not, as long as you know how to work, you are good to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in healthcare, that cannot be the story because in healthcare, you are actually touching someone else's life. You need
Yes.
to have the skill. You cannot just say, okay, I know how to do it. You need to have a certification or credential by a verified body who actually taught you how to do it and they verified that you did it.
Yes.
So that's credential in healthcare. That's micro credential is little bit minute. It goes like how to move a patient from bed to a ambulance. That's a micro credential. It is when we see in a movies, it looks like oh, it's easy. It is not. People did not during COVID. People did not know how to do it. A lot
Yeah.
of the hospitals when we were interviewing, they told us these are the skill sets missing. We hired the people. They don't know how to move candidate from bed to ambulance or
Right.
a chair to ambulance. So these are all the micro credentials healthcare workers are missing, and that's where I think upskilling as well as education is something going to solve the healthcare uh, problem.
Yeah, that's is a very big intake. uh, yeah, this, you know, what they study in the school is subjective, right? Yes, they go through process of practicals and learning, but real life is beyond
Hmm.
what we studied. You
Yeah.
know, it's not nothing to do with education is just a part of it. But when you are handling a patient, whether it's a broken leg or a broken arm or elderly, or it could be anything, or wounded in the war, who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
The situation is, it's a human life
Hmm.
at the end, you
Yeah.
know. And how are we handling it, and how are we mitigating it? It's beyond our imaginations what
Hmm.
we are building today.
Yeah.
And I don't know what is the reason behind uh, how we started, how we got it. Yes, there is. you know, I
It
mean, it just feels like it just pulled us in,
it was bound to happen. It was meant to happen.
right?
Yeah. I said, yeah, I'm doing this. You're like, okay, let's do this. And it actually felt good. And I think from where we were 1.5 year ago, 2 years ago, what we have built today is definitely 100x improvement from what was our original thought.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
And all these doctors who
Yeah,
are in our panel
yes. Every one of
as
them.
advisory, everybody contributed,
Yeah, yeah,
what it has to come. So we actually understood the problem of the home care, of the daycares, of the assisted living facilities,
yeah.
of the skilled nursing centers,
Yeah, yeah.
the hospitals, colleges, universities, and the actual nurses.
Yeah.
Right? So
And
that took a long time. you
I
know
think if you remember, I told you this is the first time I've seen a product vision and a product team are in sync. So earlier, it was any company which forget company anything that you want to build, your team is the most important thing.
yeah,
Yeah, and if you have a right team and right research, it is definitely going to help whoever is participating in this community activities.
that is very much true now, because what we are creating is beyond our imaginations,
Hmm.
and how we started and where we are going, and how we are linking,
Yeah.
you know the institution, so the first we started with understanding the problems. So it took year and a half,
Yeah.
right, just to understand the problems of the institutions, or the candidates, or the caregivers, or the nurses, or all these centers. And only person can do that, Sidhu, is who is not in the industry.
Yeah.
The reason is people who are working in the industry, they are so busy, occupied, doing their own things. So it's always required to think. When people say think out of the box, when you are out of the box, then only you can think.
Yeah, definitely right.
you know
For people who are inside, it's for them it's a routine. They don't
yeah,
see the problem.
they don't see the problem.
Yeah. It,
And it's a huge amount of emotion goes into it, but they don't see it. They
Mhm.
can't, because they are not built that way.
Mhm.
you know and being an outsider, we could able to see the industry and understand the problem and which we are addressing it.
Definitely, I took research and interviewing. We spoke to at least a few hundred people across continents: UK, UAE, Japan, Canada, India, US, Brazil, and different business owners, different kind of perspective everyone had in their own country or in their own businesses. Consolidating all of that into a one product vision, it definitely takes time, but I think when we did it, I'm pretty confident what we have right now is definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah, that is, and even though after gathering the information, right, the first time we ever thought about bringing other people in, expertise in the
Hmm.
industry,
Yeah.
to see and evaluate what we are doing, their response,
I know.
right?
That is actually priceless. When someone in the industry 20, 30 years in and out on daily, when they see CareSlink, they are like, this I've never seen, first of all, and this is what we wanted.
Yeah, that's after 30 years
Yeah. Yeah.
being in the industry.
Hmm.
It's that's gave us the boost,
Hmm.
which we needed it
So,
to.
so we are in 2024, almost in end of September. What's your vision for 5 years?
See, in 5 years, uh, being in US, we do understand the quality, the consistency, and the commitment.
Mm.
You know how we can pass this message to all across the globe. There are 179 countries in the world, right?
Yeah.
We are just one of them.
Hmm.
We are sitting on one side.
Yeah.
You know, Uh, being born in India, understand how that side of the world works, and living on this side, and I've been exposed to pretty much all the continent, Europe, South America to North America, everywhere.
Hmm.
You know, and how we can bring value and add the value to the people. That's our mission
Yeah.
in next
Yeah.
5 years. You know, numbers is just a perspective. Whether we create a 100 people team, or a million people team, or 100 million people team, our mission should stay at the same direction.
Hmm.
You know, and because this is not a business what we are creating. This is a mission what we are creating, which is gonna solve the problem of the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I think vision and mission are not going to change. Uh,
Yes.
it is about caring for people, and we will make it happen.
So and I like the way you put together linking those three uh, aspect of the industry.
Mm.
Now I mean, how did you do that? Like, how did you link those three areas? What was your idea behind it?
No, actually, when we started the Cares Link, right? So we were only looking from the employer and the professional side, because we were trying to educate professionals and then bring them all around the world, so that give them mobility, so we can solve the healthcare shortage, worker shortage, at least in our little possible way. But when I started talking to these healthcare professionals, the biggest issue was they have a certification in India which is not enough, or they have a certification in their own country which is not enough in another country. So they have a physical passport issued by the country, but they do not have the healthcare passport. When I say passport,
Hmm.
all the credentials. So that is the biggest problem. When I look at credentials, that means schools, upskilling schools. This is the missing link. We need to bring them on board. We need to make sure guys go and get those credentials, so you have healthcare mobility passport and go and work anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
So I think that's where these schools came into the picture.
that's a very nice way to put it. Because without the school, the nurses, or the caregivers would not have the education.
Mhm.
Without those two, the hospitals or the care facility cannot run.
Mhm.
So creating a link, so that is the link is still missing today, right?
Yeah.
Everything is, like it's not black and white. It's everything is gray area in the middle.
Yeah.
You know?
There is a lot of back office work that goes in current system that creates a delay in hiring, almost to hire a caregiver. According to the research, uh, it takes 45 to 90 days. Lot
Yeah,
of the applicants that apply for the job are not even healthcare. Construction people apply, they see okay, $4,000 a week, $2,000 a week, construction person is applying for a job. So it creates overhead in the employer back office. They have to find the good one in a sack of all the bad resume.
that's true. That's true. And see, that is all always getting solved by the agencies, right? Uh, there are a lot of healthcare recruiting agencies
Mhm.
who are trying. It's the system is not 100%, but it's working. Somehow
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
working.
it does.
It's working so far, right?
Just not
You know,
efficient enough.
efficient enough.
Yeah.
But agencies are the middlemen who are connecting the workers, the healthcare professionals to the hospital systems, or however, you know, it's nothing to do with how the agencies are operating, or we don't want to be agency. Our goal is not to disrupt anybody, right?
Mhm.
We started with the mission of how to make it better.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not there is no system today. Yes, it's not updated, but can it be updated? Yes, that's what we are working for. How
And
to
it,
make it better.
exactly.
There is a system in place.
Oh, they are good at it, what they are doing.
Yeah,
All the
everybody,
agencies, they do great work.
they do great work. They
Yeah,
organize everything,
yeah.
and but it's doesn't mean that it can be improved.
Yes.
And like before social media, we were able to send emails and still
Mhm.
communicate,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
right, we were sending text messages and communicating, and but to having all the people on the phone, you know, to find the people how to connect.
Yeah.
And social media showed us a different way how people connect.
Mhm.
So it's always defines a paradigm shift in the industry and in the it's a perspective, I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say. You know.
We will help agencies, we will help hospitals, recruiters, international recruiters. Uh, at least we will increase their efficiency by at least 50 to 100x. Whatever they do good, but we'll just increase their efficiency by 100x.
Yeah, this it's all about creating a better system.
Mhm.
You know, otherwise, why would any tech company come up with a 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0, right? Why every year the head has to be changed?
Oh, yeah.
And how are we? The link. I understand the link. What we are creating, right? Educational institution to healthcare workers to
Employers.
employers.
Yeah.
So how are we you helping with educational institutions?
Okay, so institutions currently, the way they find candidates or healthcare workforce is by advertisement, social media advertisements, or they go to schools. All that, it's a labor intensive work.
Hmm.
They do not know which candidate has what kind of credentials and when it is expiring.
That's true.
So we enable schools, all the upskilling schools and any healthcare school, where are the candidates, what credentials are expiring, or what credential they need. Imagine there is a new tool, for example, Dozy.
Hmm.
Dozy is a really good tool that has come up
That's
for
amazing.
remote
Yeah.
patient monitoring. If somebody needs a certification, either they have to go to Dozy or they have to learn on their own, but there is no way for them to learn on their own. We as a professional network, we can introduce DOSI course across 100 schools
Yeah.
and issue a micro credential to learn a DOSI tool.
So you're pretty much saying every product in the future invented
Mm,
or created, it there is no source today to educate all the healthcare professionals,
correct. There is no way to mass educate all the professionals in one way or the other.
and they are doing the traditional way by setting up camps, setting up schooling system. They go to various places
Yeah, they
and
do.
gather people
Right.
physically and teach them about it.
Hmm.
So there is no other place
Right.
to have 100 million healthcare professionals in one place.
Correct. So with this, we can work with institutions like there are 30,000 upskilling schools all around the world. And as a DOSI, we can issue a, let us say, a 3-hour DOSI course
That's true.
across 30,000 schools. They are going to these schools to get a BLS and all these certificates anyways.
Yeah.
And if they need DOSI, they can get right then and there.
So every product which is going to be invented in the future can be created as a micro credential
Correct.
and issue and put all the school system to teach the candidates.
Yes.
So it's a faster way of learning.
Faster way of learning, plus schools are also getting benefited. They are getting the leads from our system.
Yeah, that's true.
Currently, they pay 20% of their top line revenue to find the lead. Here, they don't have to pay 20% of the revenue to find the leads. They are getting in the network itself.
Inside the network
Yeah,
because they are in the community.
yeah, they are in our network.
They are in the mission.
Yeah, that's the
Once they are in there, they are getting it's a free flow pretty much.
Mhm.
Uh, so similar goes to the employers.
Employers again, as I said earlier, employers they have hard time finding the right candidate. There are many candidates, but finding the right one is a problem. Having the right skill set. So CareSlink enables them in a proactive way. Okay, I need a, RN, registered nurse in ICU
Hmm.
with, let us say, I need a very specific skill set XYZ. When they put a job on CareSlink, we have a database of millions of candidates. We know which candidate has that XYZ skill set in that zip code or in that city.
Yes.
So there is no other system. Every other system that is there, it is a reactive. They will publish it, advertise it, and all that. Ours is a proactive system. It finds the credentials, it finds the job, and then it says, here are your top 20 candidates.
And how are we fixing it with AI?
So one is AI. We use AI agents to make an initial phone call to hundreds of candidates who match the profile and figure out if they are really skilled and if they are interested to join all that. And secondly, we use AI image sensing capability to verify their credentials.
Hmm.
And then we use AI to research on the new skill set that hospital is being posted, and then see, okay, is this something new that is not with us? If that is the case, what kind of education this person may need, what certification this person may need to match this job. So AI recommends a course. Hey, here is two schools near you. They offer this certification, this micro credential. If you acquire this, you will be able to earn 20% more what you are earning
Like
today.
the way we're just talking about health tech,
Yeah.
and everybody just forgot about health tech
Hmm.
and pharmacy tech
Yeah.
and any nurse, any they can do additional courses to
Yes.
become a health tech.
Yeah.
I got it.
They can do additional course, and right now they don't know where the additional course is, or they some of them may know what is their career plan. Not everyone knows.
That's true. Yeah, career plan is always the biggest challenge, right? It's when we are sitting on the other side of the world, we feel like there is a shortage of nurses and caregivers. But if you go the other side of the world, maybe there are people they don't know how to find the way in, and
Right.
there are a lot of agencies, people. It's like who to trust.
Mm-hmm.
There is a missing part about trust,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and yes, you're always a word of mouth, but that's not the right way, you know. If we can educate them, because everything is education.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about the schooling education what they get from the school.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about the educate them how the real world works, how they can understand what is the requirement of in England or in New
Mm-hmm.
Zealand or in Africa or in China. Who cares?
Yeah.
The as a caregiver, as a nurse, as a doctor, they are here to serve the humanity. They should be able to work anywhere they want.
Mm-hmm.
So they should have the global passport.
I know.
Just
That's the thing. They should have a global passport, but the knowledge is so limited, and that stays within the border.
yes,
It is not cross-border knowledge.
even though it's so advanced in the technology, where the knowledge is not spreading.
No.
It is that's why it needs a reform.
That's why we need a health force.
And during this, that's how we're gonna help the professionals,
Mm-hmm.
and show them the right career path, right?
Oh yeah, show them multiple career paths. Choose whichever you like. It is not like you started as a nurse, you stay as a nurse. There are 10 other ways you can grow. You can be a professor, you can be a nurse practitioner, you can be a guest lecturer, or it can be a you can be an NCLEX
Teacher,
trainer. Whatever you can. There are multiple ways to earn money, or there are multiple ways to make career.
and to have a living, take care of your families.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's it's a lot when because once people go into a career path, they only focus in that career path because they feel that is the limitations, right?
That feels safe.
It feels
So
safe,
yeah.
yeah, because they don't trust anything else,
Mhm.
because there is too much information in the world today.
Yeah, yeah.
You Google anything, you will find millions of information. But now it is come to a point. Do we believe in Google? We believe in Instagram. We believe in this. So the factor of believing, who to trust, the trust factor is missing. You know,
Exactly.
because anyone can pay money and advertise, right? You know,
Right. So you can put whatever you want on this social media or Google or wherever, as long as if you spend like $20,000, you can be a neuroscience expert, right?
yeah, you can
So
be the best. You can call yourself as the
I know,
best institution of the world.
I know. So that's the thing. Are you really?
That is so. I mean, I don't know, is it backward or forward? But and I don't know who is getting benefited out of it.
Mm,
But yes, you can call yourself as a best neurosurgeon without having a degree
mm.
because there is nobody to verify that.
Yeah.
Uh, right? I can literally put an ad saying I'm the best neurosurgeon.
Mm. Is there anybody verifying your credentials on Facebook, Instagram? No, it's like that's fine.
Nobody can verify.
Mhm.
Nobody does, right?
Nobody knows. So it's already happening. A lot of people scamming people,
All
and
the scammers in the world.
yeah, there are many people who say we want to train people to go to UK, US, and we charge $4,000, and we train you in English, NCLEX, and take half the money now, take half the money later, and all that,
This is so bad.
and they never get to see that person again.
So that's in our platform. That's why we are creating escrow types.
Yeah, it's a escrow system, and the trainer never gets to run away with the money. We
So when the candidate pays, the money doesn't go to the trainer.
Mhm.
Once the candidates finish the education, the trainers upload the certificate or the credential
Mm.
and then the trainer get paid.
Yes.
That's a very much, it's a secure system what we are building.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a satisfaction of the candidate and the trainer or a professor or a teacher.
Yeah.
It's a
Or a
safe,
school.
it's a safe for both sides.
Yeah.
So that way you're gonna weed out all the bad trainers
Mm-hmm.
who are trying to scam other people,
Mm-hmm.
and only having the quality and the good trainers
Mm-hmm.
to whether to train an NCLEX or whether to train English coaching or
Only.
whichever language, whatever we want to train.
Yeah.
So this is the way we are gonna filter out the bad apple versus the good apple.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's I guess that's what we are building.
I know. So it's a multifaceted app, and it is going to help multiple people along the way.
Yeah, and when even all these agencies working across, we do need agencies.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nothing wrong, But again, there are good and bad agencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we filter bad agencies? You know, the people who are trusted and have done amazing job, they should be in this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But not the people who are scamming the students.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much our way is to weed out the scammers.
Right.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's what we are building the network, right?
Instead of weed out the scammers, that is definitely one part, or only get the best one on the platform. Only get the right
Yes.
ones on the platform.
Right, ones and the best
Anyone who
one.
is on the platform is the best one. All the schools, all the trainers, all of them pre-verified. Their credentials are checked, their school licenses are checked, and their past recruitment history is checked, their placement history is checked. Only then they are on the platform. If he's an immigration lawyer, we know he has placed hundreds of people in the world.
And we are verification through our own board of advisors,
Yeah,
because they are the experts.
yeah.
So, if a neurosurgeon or a emergency care medicine, Dr. Tamaris, or they already seen this from last 30 years.
Yeah,
They lived in the system.
yeah,
So, even though we don't have experience on that side, they are the one is guiding us.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean it's amazing what we are building, Sidhu.
I
And
believe so. I'm pretty
I'm
confident.
I'm excited, and let's build the health force.
Yeah, it is the health force. Yeah, it is
And
going to happen.
it's gonna, even though we're gonna be gone long after, but it's gonna be remembered
No,
what we started.
it will be there for years to come, decades to come.
Yes, we are excited, and let's keep moving.
All right, I think this is the end of today's podcast. This is the end of a little bit introduction about CaresLink, and come join us. Look at CaresLink, learn about CaresLink, help us spread this message about CaresLink, help us build the better healthcare network. Any last second thought?
You put everything together. Now people have to experience by themselves.
Makes sense. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.